Good morning, cadets. In the yesterday video, I have done an error. So we have seen that what is potential energy difference. Yesterday, how to calculate potential energy difference. That is electrostatic potential energy. It is the work done in bringing a test positive charge from one point to another point in the electric field. Now, while calculating, we have taken the external force that used here, F external is equal to minus of F electrostatics. F electrostatics means the repulsive force between the test charge Q naught and the source charge Q at this point, right? So, small amount of work done, we calculate it as F external dot dr. This is fine. So, when we calculate the total work done from Q naught, that is from R to P. So, total work done from R to P, we calculate it as integration of F external dot dr. Okay. So, we substitute the value of F external as equal to minus of F dot dr. This is fine. So, finally, we get the result minus of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught upon R square dr, where I have just substituted the value of F, that is Coulomb's force, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught upon R square, where Q is the source charge and Q naught is the test charge. This is also fine. Now, next step, when we integrate Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught with negative sign being constant, we keep it outside. We integrate 1 by R square dr. When we integrate 1 by R square dr, we get minus, as it is here, Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 by R from point R to P. This is fine, from point R to point P. So, this becomes integration of 1 upon R square as minus 1 by R, as we use the result here. So, minus of minus cancels here. Finally, you are left with 1 by R from R to P. Until here, it is correct. So, the work done in bringing the test charge from R to P is stored in the form of potential energy difference between the points R and P, and we also discussed that this work done is independent of the path. It is path independent and it depends only on initial and final positions. And then we defined what is potential energy difference. So, there I made an error. Minus of this WRP, I took it as potential energy, that is incorrect. So, the potential energy at a point, say potential energy at a point P and potential energy at point R, when you take the difference between them, definitely we get potential energy difference. This itself, the positive value, this itself gives us the potential energy difference. Let us see that step once again. I will solve it so that the correction is done. So, I am continuing here. You can see the potential energy difference, what we got here is equal to work done in bringing the test charge from R to P. So, which we got it as R to P as equal to Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R. See here, I am substituting R1. See here, R to P. P I am taking it as R1. The distance OP. Distance OP is taken as R1. Distance OR is taken as R2. Distance OR is taken as R2. As I have done yesterday, same thing. So, this is from R2 to R1. So, if you substitute this, we get simple equation Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught upper limit 1 upon R1 minus lower limit 1 upon R2. This itself gives us the potential energy difference URP. So, yesterday I substituted here negative sign. Negative sign is for gravitational potential energy. there in the gravitational potential energy, the work is done against attractive force. Here the work is done against repulsive force. Therefore, the potential energy here in the case of repulsive force is positive. In the case of gravitational potential energy, the gravitational potential energy is negative because the work is done against attractive force, attractive gravitational force in that case. So, in this case the work is done against repulsive force. Against this repulsive force, work is done such that the external force that is exerted is exactly equal and opposite to the electrostatic force of repulsion. So, in this case it is positive. Therefore, we get potential energy also positive. So, this URP further I am writing it as, after taking this inwards, Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R1 minus Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2. So, this is nothing but the potential energy difference, potential energy difference between P and R. So, this is equal to UP minus UR. So, this bracket gives us potential energy at point P at distance R1. Look at this, potential energy at point P at distance R1, and the second bracket is UR. UR here is the potential energy at point R at a distance R2. Therefore, this is the potential energy difference. So, work done from R to P is stored in the form of potential energy difference, right? Then there is no confusion. Yesterday I committed an error by taking negative sign here, that is totally error. I think now error is removed. It is totally corrected. Okay. Let us not get confused. Remember, when the work is done against attractive force, then the potential energy what we get is negative. So, gravitational potential energy is negative, whereas the work done against repulsive force is positive. So, electrostatic potential energy done, that is calculated against repulsive force, is positive. If we take source charge as negative, in this case, suppose the source charge here is negative. So, in that case what happens? The work has to be done against attractive force. When the work is done against attractive electrostatic force, then the potential energy is negative. So, in the case of electrostatic interaction between the charges, the potential energy is positive when there is a force of repulsion between the charges, that is when the charges are like charges. If the charges are unlike charges, like source charge is negative, test charge is positive. If the source charge is negative, test charge is positive, then there is a force of attraction towards the source charge. Then work has to be done against the force of attraction. The work done against the force of attraction is negative work done, right? So, in that case of a negative source, the potential energy is negative. Please remember this. Okay. Now, potential energy at a point, as we have defined earlier, that also I want to correct it. See here, finally we defined what is electrostatic potential energy. Electrostatic potential energy is defined as work done in bringing a test positive charge from infinity to the point under consideration without acceleration against the electrostatic force of repulsion in this case. So, it is exactly UP to infinity, that is U infinity to P. U infinity to P. U infinity to P is UP minus U infinity. UP is positive as we have calculated earlier, that is potential energy at point P, it is positive, minus U infinity. U infinity, that is if you substitute the value of R2 equal to infinity, 1 upon R2 becomes 1 upon infinity, 1 upon infinity becomes 0. So, potential energy at infinity is 0. So, that is how we take 0. Therefore, potential energy at point P is calculated as q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. So, please remember this is not negative, this is positive. So, potential energy is positive. This is positive when there is a force of repulsion. When there is a force of repulsion is positive. That is, force of repulsion is taken positive. Force of attraction is taken negative. That also we have discussed earlier. When Q1, Q2 product is positive, definitely force is repulsive and it is greater than 0. When Q1, Q2 product is negative, then definitely force is negative. So, negative force implies that it is attractive force. So, when that is attractive force, then the potential energy is negative. Please remember. Therefore, it is UP minus UR. So, that gives you positive value, not negative value, q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R1. Positive value, please remember, this is q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2. So, this is the potential energy difference. Please correct it. q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R1 minus q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2, which gives us positive potential energy difference. This is positive potential energy difference. Yes. So, this is positive potential energy difference q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So, this is potential energy difference, which is definitely positive. Okay. With this base in mind, now we will discuss about what is electric potential, right? Electric potential. Now, we are learning very important quantity, that is what is electric potential. So, electric potential is again defining about the space, about the electric field, about the source charge. It speaks about the source charge. It is characteristics of the source charge. See here, it is defined as work done per unit charge. Work done per unit charge in bringing it from infinity to the point under consideration in the given electric field without any acceleration. Right? Means we have to exert that amount of force in order to do the work which is exactly equal and opposite to the repulsive force, as we have done for calculating potential energy. So, in the case of potential energy, we took test charge of certain amount q naught. Here we are taking unit charge of magnitude 1, that is the difference. So, work done per unit charge if we calculate, that itself gives you potential instead of potential energy, that is the difference. Let us calculate. Suppose this is a source charge q, and we want to find out the potential at a point P. So, let us suppose this point P is at a distance r, from the source charge. Now, we have to bring this unit charge from infinity. Suppose this is somewhere infinity is there, and we are bringing this from infinity. We are bringing this 1 coulomb of charge from infinity to this point under consideration. So, how much work has to be done in bringing it from infinity to the point P at this distance gives us the potential at this point. Okay. Now, so while it is brought on this particular path, how much amount of force has to be exerted? Let us consider this is the point at distance x from here, and from here if it is moved through a small displacement dr, let us say dx. So, the amount of force exerted is F external. This is the F external. How much should it be? This F external must be exactly equal and opposite to F electrostatic, that is electrostatic force of repulsion at this particular point. So what is that small amount of work done per unit charge? Let us calculate. Small work done through small displacement dr. So I will call it as dw. dw is equal to F external dot dr. F external dot dr. How is this F external? F external is equal to minus of F electrostatic. That is F electrostatic existing between the 1 coulomb of charge. Here I am taking 1 coulomb of positive charge and the charge, source charge Q. So that force is F electrostatic force. So that here it becomes minus F dot dr, minus F dot dr. So now we want to calculate total work done. So we can substitute here. What is F? F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, as we have used earlier, Q into 1 coulomb of charge, Q into 1 coulomb of charge divided by the distance here is x, so it is x square. So here F dr, it is instead of dr it is dx. The distance, small displacement which I have taken here is dx. So then it becomes F dot dx, right? So now I can substitute minus Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by x square dx, 1 by x square dx. This becomes dw. Now total work done. Total work done. Total work done in bringing unit charge. Unit charge means unit positive charge plus 1 coulomb charge, unit positive charge from infinity to point P. That is how we calculate electric potential. So this I am writing W from infinity to the point P. So integration of such small dw, integration of small dw from infinity to the point P. So if you go on doing integration, means adding up all these small amount of work done from infinity to the point P, we get the total work done. So this is from infinity to the point P. So P is at a distance r, that we can substitute in the next step. So from infinity to the position r, because this point P is at position r. So now I am substituting what is dw minus, I am taking this q upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus outside into 1 by x square dx. So q upon 4 pi epsilon naught also can be taken out. So next step, it becomes minus q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into integration of 1 by x square. Integration of 1 by x square gives you minus 1 by x. Integration of 1 by x square. Dx from infinity to position r. So finally, therefore, we get W infinity to the point P is equal to C minus q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by x square dx. Integration is nothing but minus 1 by x between the limits infinity and r. Upper limit is r, lower limit is infinity. So thus it becomes minus of minus plus q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The first upper limit is r, so it becomes 1 by r, and next lower limit is infinity, so 1 upon infinity. So thus it becomes 1 upon r minus 1 upon infinity multiplied by q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So in the previous step it was q naught, now q naught is not there. So if we divide this potential energy per unit charge, if you divide this potential energy difference by charge, we get the potential, that is it, we get the potential. So thus we get q by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r. So this is a very important thing, into r. So therefore this itself is called potential at P. This itself is called as potential at P. So potential at P, now potential at P, now you can see, is nothing but potential energy at P per unit charge. If you assume that this is a test charge being brought from infinity to this, then we calculate potential energy at that point P. Potential energy at that point P is, as we got earlier, is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q naught upon 4 pi r square. So q naught is in the denominator, q naught cancels. So you are left with q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. So this is how we get potential at a point is nothing but potential energy per unit charge. So potential at a point is also defined as potential energy per unit charge. So the potential at a point is always about per unit charge. So if you want to calculate potential energy at that particular point, just multiply it by charge. So if you multiply it by charge, then you get potential energy at that point. Okay, that is the meaning of potential energy and potential difference. Potential energy and potential at a point. So potential at a point is potential energy per unit charge, or work done per unit charge in bringing a test charge from infinity to the point under consideration without any acceleration per unit charge. So definitely you can see here the SI unit of potential is joule per coulomb. So SI unit of potential is definitely it is measured in joule per coulomb. So that is the SI unit of electric potential. So electric potential is also a scalar quantity. So as we have considered earlier, suppose we consider another point as r, which is at a distance, let us say r2, at a distance r2, and suppose the point P is at distance r1, then we calculate, earlier we calculated potential energy difference, potential energy difference as UP minus UR. If you remember, UP minus UR we calculated it as, right? Here the source charge is Q, test charge is Q naught, Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So this is the potential energy difference. Potential energy difference. Now, if we want to calculate potential difference, potential difference you see is per unit charge. So Q naught is the test positive charge. If you divide this by test positive charge, we get the potential difference. That's it. So V, if you take delta V as a potential difference, then delta V as potential difference, this you can take it as potential energy difference as delta U. Delta V is equal to Vp minus Vr. where Vp is a potential at point P and Vr is potential at point R. So, Vp minus Vr is equal to Up minus Ur divided by epsilon naught, Q naught divided by Q naught. So, if you take this, you can see here the Q naught cancels. So, you are left with Q upon, this is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. So, that is how we get potential difference, where Vp potential at point P now becomes Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R1 and Q2, not Q2, what is this? V2, this is VQ now, Vp is equal to Q upon this one, and Vr potential at R is now equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R2. This is how we get the potential values at point P and point R. Now, so potential is also defined as potential at a point P as a function of distance is also defined as potential energy per unit charge. Therefore, the SI unit of potential is right joule per coulomb. Okay, and definitely since it is calculated as work done per unit charge, so it is a scalar quantity. So, potential is a scalar quantity. So, remember, potential is a scalar quantity, whereas field is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity, whereas electric potential is a scalar quantity. Electric field is inversely depending on the square of the distance. Electric field depends inversely on the square of the distance, whereas electric potential depends on inversely proportional to distance. V is inversely proportional to distance, whereas E is inversely proportional to square of the distance, and V is directly proportional to source charge. V is directly proportional to source charge. Here also E is directly proportional to source charge. So, this is how you can find the difference. Potential is a scalar quantity, field is a vector quantity, right. So, field has inverse square distance relation. Potential has not inverse square distance, potential is inversely proportional to distance. So, if you draw the graph, how do we get the graph? Let us draw the graph and find the difference between field and potential. So, now I am drawing electric field versus distance and potential versus distance. So, if you draw the electric field versus distance, we get a curve which shows that E is inversely proportional to square of the distance. And if you draw the V versus distance, V is not falling that rapidly. So, this is how you get the decreasing graph. So, the above graph which I have drawn is also curve. This is also curve. So, but this curve, you see the difference here. This curve is for V and such that V is inversely proportional to R, right. At this particular point, you see this point should be at R equal to 1 unit distance, where V and R at that distance V and R are equal. E equal to V at this point when R is equal to 1. So, when R is equal to 1, E is Q upon R square into 4 pi epsilon naught, right? And when R is equal to 1 here, you are getting E equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and when R is equal to 1, V is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Both are equal. So, that is happening at this point of coincidence. So, this is the difference between the electric field and electric potential at R is equal to 1. Now, electric field E is a vector quantity and E is force per unit charge. E is force per unit charge, whereas electric potential is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity, right? This scalar quantity you see is potential energy per unit charge or work done from infinity to that point per unit charge. Therefore, potential is a scalar quantity, electric field is a vector quantity. So, this is how you can make the difference between electric field and electric potential. In the next video, we will learn about certain numerical problems and we will calculate electric potential due to system of charges. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.